Some stories take their time to be told, and this one is worth every second of the wait. For more than a year, drama fans have carried the bittersweet memory of Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan, missing their chance to star together in the hit series The First Frost. That near miss became one of the most discussed what-ifs in C-drama circles. Now the two finally meet on screen in Overdo, and the internet can hardly contain itself. Let's unpack why this announcement has sent the fandom into overdrive, what makes this drama so irresistible, and why this collaboration feels like more than just a casting choice. It feels like fate stepping in. Every fandom has its urban legends, those dream castings that almost happened but didn't. Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan were at the top of every fan-made list when the first Frost was first announced. Their names dominated online polls, with fans insisting they embodied Tang Yan and Wen Yifan better than anyone else. The buzz reached fever pitch when Wang Churan was spotted meeting with the producers, and insiders hinted that Zhang Linghe was under consideration. For a brief moment, it seemed inevitable that these two would headline what would become one of the most beloved romances of the year. Then reality struck. Conflicting schedules forced them to bow out. The roles went to Bai Jingting and Zhang Ronan, who delivered a performance that captivated audiences. But for many fans, the lingering thought was, what if it had been Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan? This what if turned into a collective yearning, a discussion that refused to fade away, trending again every time the actors were seen in public. That's why the announcement of Overdo doesn't just feel exciting, it feels cathartic. It's as if the industry heard the fans' plea and finally gave them the pairing they've been waiting for. If a script can be Destiny's pen, Overdo reads like it was written with Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan in mind. The premise isn't just a backdrop for romance. It's a pressure cooker that amplifies every glance, every hesitation, and every sacrifice. At its heart are two characters shaped by conflict. Mo Rong Chengyi, the heir whose intellect masks a fragile moral compass, and Ren Soso, whose defiance hides a tender vulnerability. Their arcs promise more than courtship. They promise transformation. As family obligations clash with personal longing and political currents threaten private lives, each choice carries consequences that ripple through the story. Beyond the leads, the supporting cast will complicate the emotional stakes. A mentor, with hidden loyalties, a rival whose charm masks darker intentions, and elders whose expectations suffocate love's quiet bloom. These relationships create a lattice of tension that forces the leads to evolve, rather than simply fall in love. Cinematically, the director can use motifs, rain-slick alleys, lantern-lit windows, mirrored reflections, to underscore themes of entrapment and escape, while the score leans into strings and piano to punctuate heartbreak. What makes this especially promising is the narrative breathing room. Instead of racing to the climax, Overdo appears poised to let emotions simmer, giving Zhang and Wang space to reveal nuance through silence, small gestures, and slow-burning confrontations. In short, this is more than a romantic setup. It's a layered saga that demands subtlety and rewards patience. Which brings us to why their visual chemistry matters more than ever. Seeing them together isn't merely pleasant to the eye. It's integral to the storytelling. Visual chemistry in Overdo will function as a narrative instrument, a look that speaks when dialogue cannot, a pause that carries decades of regret. Zhang Linghe's restrained intensity pairs with Wang Churan's expressive micro-emotions to create a language of looks, where a half-smile or a delayed blink conveys betrayal, longing, or capitulation. The director can capitalize on this by favoring extended two-shots, deliberate blocking that keeps them both in and out of frame, and close-ups that make breathing itself cinematic. Costume and color will play a silent role. Muted palettes for public facades, sudden bursts of color when vulnerability cracks through, and matching motifs that hint at an invisible bond. Even lighting will be a character. Chiaroscuro to hide inner turmoil, soft golden hour lenses to crystallize moments of intimacy. Rehearsal footage that has surfaced shows the actors experimenting with tiny timing adjustments, testing whether a glance should land 2 beats earlier or later, the kind of craft that transforms chemistry into art. Such meticulous visual storytelling ensures every shared frame feels charged. And when those frames reach social feeds, they'll be impossible to ignore, fueling the online wildfire that follows. Within minutes of the casting reveal, whispers became a chorus. The conversation spilled from fan circles to mainstream outlets, and shared clips, countdown graphics, and fan edit montages multiplied. What's notable this time is the organized energy. Fan groups coordinated translation teams, content creators planned episodic breakdowns, and grassroots watch parties were scheduled long before a trailer dropped. Teaser snippets, whether official or leaked rehearsal shots, act like small detonations, propelling speculation into elaborate theories about plot twists and iconic scenes. Marketing teams are finally learning to ride this wave. Staggered reveals, selective BTS drops, and curated interviews that amplify excitement without spoiling the drama's heart. Retailers take note too, creating pre-release merchandise mock-ups that fans pre-save. And because this buzz has global reach, streaming platforms have an incentive to secure international windows, subtitle teams, and promotional bundles that widen the show's footprint beyond mainland China. This sustained savvy engagement turns anticipation into measurable momentum. But it also steers the narrative beyond mere viewership numbers, creating a cultural echo where memes, essays, and reaction videos extend the drama's life long after the finale airs. That heightened visibility leads us directly to the pressure and promise awaiting Overdo. Expectation is a double-edged sword. It can elevate a production into legend or expose its weakest seams. The first Frost set a high benchmark with its emotional clarity and cultural resonance, so Overdo faces both legacy comparisons and the danger of inflated hype. To genuinely outshine its predecessor, several elements must align. A script that avoids melodrama in favor of honest, earned beats. A director who resists over-romanticizing to preserve tension. An original soundtrack that deepens rather than distracts. And editing that allows scenes to breathe without sagging. Risk factors include pacing missteps, underdeveloped secondary arcs, or marketing that reveals too much too soon. Conversely, the opportunity is immense. With disciplined storytelling and daring directorial choices, perhaps subverting familiar tropes or focusing on quieter emotional payoffs, Overdo could not only eclipse the first Frost in ratings, but also shift the genre's creative center. Success would launch Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan into new tiers of stardom, influence future casting decisions, and cement Overdo as a cultural touchstone. Now that we've measured the stakes, let's imagine what this payoff will mean for fans who waited for this moment. This casting feels like a promise finally kept, a narrative second chance that resonates beyond entertainment. For fans, the payoff is emotional validation. The what-if becomes reality, and the slow accumulation of hope culminates in a collective release. Socially, such moments ripple outward. Fan communities strengthen. Online archives of edits and essays grow, and certain scenes become shorthand for longing in the digital lexicon. Creatively, the success of Overdo could encourage producers to revisit near-miss pairings and invest in projects that honor fan desires without sacrificing artistic standards. There's also something universal at play: the appeal of delayed gratification. In a culture that often demands instant results, a story about patience rewarded connects on a deeper level. When the premiere finally airs, viewers won't just watch a plot unfold, they'll witness a fandom reclaim a dream. That electric night will be less about critics tallying faults and more about shared breaths, collective gasps, and the simple joy of watching two actors finally live the story fans imagined. And as we count down to that premiere, one truth is clear: the moment Zhang Linghe and Wang Churan meet in frame will not just be a scene, it will be an occasion, a memory etched into the fandom's history. This video is based on official announcements, press releases, and trending discussions across major social platforms. Images, clips, and character names mentioned belong to their respective creators and production companies. Thank you for watching this deep dive. Are you counting down the days until the premiere of Overdo? What are your predictions for the story's most heart-wrenching moments? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss our trailer breakdowns, fan theories, and exclusive behind-the-scenes analysis. Hit like, share with your drama-loving friends, and let's keep this conversation alive until the first episode drops!